I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. And this is an exclusive Patreon only membership videos where you will get some interesting takes on Vedic astrology, some interesting learning on Vedic astrology, which I can usually will not upload on general YouTube platform. So that will help me grow as a channel, and that will help me take care of the cost of production of this YouTube channel and the other two channels that I have, Puneet's Astrology Hindi and Lifetime Soul. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Hello seekers, welcome to Puneet's Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. This video is about Rahu transit in Kritika Nakshatra. I will make ascendant wise video as a second part to this video. So please watch this video to understand what this unique transit, this powerful transit of the shadow planet Rahu in Kritika Nakshatra is all about. In this video, briefly I will discuss the general perception about this transit and how you should read this particular transit in your horoscope. But before that, if you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you want to follow me on Instagram and Telegram, where I upload few exclusive astro tips and astro bites, the link are in the description box below. For consultations, you can drop me an email. The email ID is in the description box below. So let's begin with this explanation of Rahu in Kritika Nakshatra. Rahu is the planet of darkness. Rahu is a shadow. It is the reflection of your own thought. It is also the reflection of reality. It is something that follows you. It is something that is the creation of your own mind. And that is why it represents Maya itself. It represents the illusion in itself. But Rahu, in spite of all the negative characteristics that it can bring, is also given the seat of the Navagraha. That means Rahu is a Deva. This brings us at the crossroads of information, at a point where we have to decide whether Rahu is negative or Rahu is positive. What really is Rahu? Now, Rahu is basically a force. You can call it a force of nature. Whether it will be positive or negative will depend on how you perceive it, how much you are safe from it, how much you are prepared about it. Let's take an example of fire. If there is a fire, the heat that we feel is in the form of infrared radiation that reaches right from the plasma to the human body, and the human body creates a sense of feeling that something is hot. This entire process is done in the brain, which is not the which is the processing of the information. It is like the software that is trying to interpret the reality, which is therefore the moon that is interpreting the reality. But if you see, the information is relayed by an electromagnetic wave. This is Rahu, the carrier of information. The information itself is Mercury. The medium may be Rahu. So Rahu cannot be ignored, and the importance of Rahu is beyond measure. Rahu is therefore darkness because human eyes can't perceive, or we may say that with natural perspective of life, you can never understand Rahu or Ketu. Because if they were really demons, why were they given the status of Navagraha? Rahu has its own way. It is the rebel. Rahu has its own method of execution of karma. And being a planet, Rahu has a responsibility towards humanity. If everything goes by the book, nobody will actually dare to take sannyas. Nobody will actually dare to question anything, because the power to question anything in this world, the power to contradict comes from Rahu itself. And that is why Rahu represents the exploration of karma in this life, and Rahu represents something that you must look into so that you can find a new reality. The only problem, because we are dealing with something unknown here, we can be caught off guard and the illusion can consume us. And this is the only trick that the Rahu plays. It's a test whether you believe the shadow to be the reality or whether you understand the difference between what is shadow and what is a real object. That's the test of humanity that we all go through each and every day in our life. And most of the time, we really can't pass this test, so we blame Rahu for that, but we forget that Rahu is a shadow planet. Whose shadow it is? This is a shadow from the light of sun and moon. It's a theoretical point. In the sky, it doesn't have any physical existence. Therefore, it is only a thought. Kritika Nakshatra is more about fire. It is ruled by Agni and it is also connected with Lord Kartikeya. Kritika is represented by a sharp object, say knife or an arrow, something that can pierce like gamma radiation. Kritika is also the first ray of sun that will pierce the dark night to give you the hope. So Kritika is the fire in the form of sun. It gives you the light that helps you survive. It gives you the light that gives you the direction. The only problem, Kritika can, because it has the power of Dahana, that means the power to burn something, if left unchecked, this fire can burn everything that we know of, even our emotions and relations. Now club these two energies, Rahu into Kritika. Kritika being the fundamental platform on which the Rahu will move. Right from Rohini Nakshatra, Rahu goes back. When Rahu is in Rohini, it has the power of Moon and Venus. That means it was affecting your mind more, making you feel unsaturated, making you feel deprived of resources, because Rahu has infinite hunger. But what happens when Rahu goes into Kritika? And the moment Rahu goes into Kritika Nakshatra, the thing that I see is that Rahu enters Pisces Navamsha. Now this is something extremely unique because the three Navamshas Rahu will cover in the Kritika Nakshatra, being in the Taurus zodiac, is Pisces, Aquarius and Capricorn. Kritika is a nakshatra whose first pada is in Aries zodiac sign and the second, third and fourth pada is in Taurus zodiac sign. Rahu being a retrograde planet will enter the fourth pada first and then will ultimately leave the first pada in June 2022. Being in the Taurus zodiac and entering the Pisces Navamsha and having the power of Agni is a very, very difficult combination to deal with. When Rahu goes into such kind of energy, it can give you the power to blow things out of proportion. Yes, all other planets, the role of Venus in the chart, the role of Sun, because Kritika is also associated with the planet Sun, the role of fire zodiac signs, the role of Saturn specifically, will play a very vital role in determining how Rahu will actually play in your own chart. But in a very generic sense, in this video we will discuss that Rahu, when it enters into the Pisces Navamsha, that means Rahu will suddenly make you feel that you don't have anything. Rahu will and can make you depressed and make you feel far more deprived. Even when you have everything in your life, you will feel that you have nothing. This can be a general impact on the entire humanity. And there can be people who will get influenced by this, specifically people with weak moon or with moon, who has moon and Rahu conjunction, and they can desperately try to gain things. It's just an illusion. And if they don't plan enough, if you don't plan your life in a proper way, understanding the difference, this fire will consume you from within. Because this is the fire of a thought, an idea. Pisces is a zodiac sign that represents the vastness of the reality. Being in Pisces zodiac sign, Pisces Navamsha, and actually placed in the Taurus zodiac sign, Venus will get impacted the most. And Venus in the Taurus zodiac, or Venus connection with Taurus, represents the resource that you have, the securities that you have in terms of material sense, like bank balance, insurance. So suddenly there will be few trigger points in your life, maybe certain problems, certain activity, some event in your life that will make you hyper insecure. Especially if you have Rahu in 2nd house, 5th house, 8th house, 12th house, you will feel far more insecure and you will try desperate to correct or analyze the situation. Also, if you observe, just on the day when Rahu went into Kritika, there was a very strong conjunction between Venus and Ketu. So Venus was with Ketu, which is basically the dispositor of Rahu, therefore making Rahu feeling more deprived. So Rahu can create a sense in your mind that in spite of having millions of dollars and maybe you have everything in your life, you are kind of deprived. You don't have anything. You might feel lonely even you have relatives, friends to support you. And this can trigger some karmic reaction. You may take some karma. You may try to execute some karma that you are not supposed to do. So when Rahu is in Kritika and suddenly there is a feeling or an emotion burning inside you, you need to be very, very careful about the origin of this emotion and the consequence of action that will come because of this emotion. Any new task, any new karma must be scrutinized thoroughly. Good thing is that now Jupiter and Saturn are direct and they are 9th from this Rahu. So Rahu's dharma is controlled by Shani. But for how long? When Rahu will enter the Aquarius and Capricorn Navamsha, that means when Rahu will cross the 4th pada and enter the 3rd pada and the 2nd pada, is when Rahu will get associated with the energies of Saturn. This, if you have a weak Saturn in your horoscope, then this can further escalate the issue in your life of insecurity. Why am I talking about insecurity? Because Kritika is something to pierce, something to cut off, something to break away. So whether you have everything, being in Taurus zodiac sign, Rahu would want to break away from what he has and would want to explore something new. Rahu would want to go to some other area of life, leaving everything behind. Which may also mean that a lot of you will have severe connections. A lot of you will have broken marriages, and a lot of you will be happy because of the connection was broken, which was long giving you pain from a very long time. Rahu's energy in Kritika Nakshatra is very much intense. It's like the heat, the sense of heat is very strong. Kritika is fire. Fire can be used for anything, either to cook food or to burn a body or burn entire planet. Rahu means information, and information will spread like wildfire. So be very careful with how you talk and also how you eat food, because Taurus is a zodiac sign controlling the mouth and throat area. It is all about consumption. It's all about security. It's all about feel-good factor. So when Rahu goes in Kritika Nakshatra, it can increase your hunger or it can suddenly create disturbance inside your body, therefore impacting your health by increasing the fire tattva inside your body. Drink plenty of water at this time frame. When Rahu is a thought process and Kritika is that ray of hope, Rahu in Kritika is not all bad. Especially in the third, second and the first Navamsha of Kritika. Rahu will give you the necessary push to leave everything behind, to be somebody who you always wanted to be. Obviously, if you have a balanced Rahu energy, but if you play at the hand of Rahu, then it can take you to the negative side, make you do few things that you are not supposed to do, and ultimately you will end up suffering the consequence of the karma, because Rahu will be in the Navamsha of Shani. Although Saturn is here to balance and control. The Jupiter also aspects Rahu in that sense, but whatever be the case, if you observe the position of Rahu with respect to other planets and specifically with respect to Moon in your chart, you will get to know how you're going to perceive this transit. If in your horoscope Rahu is 6, 8 or 12 from the Moon, then definitely this transit will have a unique impact, especially if you have Rahu 6th or 12th from the Moon in your chart and if it is with Moon. If you're in your horoscope, Rahu is 8th from the Moon, it can rekindle the desire of occult science. It can make you feel unnecessary threats and you will try to put up a defense that is not even needed. Preservation of resource is very much important. Buying something that you don't even need will become a theme of this transit. It will impact almost every one of us. Consumption of goods will suddenly increase, and this means the world's economy will, you can say, move to a positive impact because it runs on how much we consume. But we must understand that it will also burn the resource on our planet like wildfire. So on one hand, Rahu in Kritika can give you hope, can give you the chance to break away and be somebody who you always wanted to be. On the other hand, Rahu in Kritika can consume. So how you balance your fire within your body will give you a great idea, will give you the opportunity to continue in a positive way. Chant Agni Stotram every day and this will balance the fire energy within you. Practice yoga, light up a diya and pray to Lord Shiva. Pray to Ganesha and this will balance out and make your body in sync with the cosmos. Don't think too much. If you have a thought, if you have an idea, just write it down on a piece of paper, but always do a feasibility test. From the career perspective, a lot of insecurities will come and you will feel hesitant to continue and you would want to change, and maybe it will happen for most of us where the way we approach our career will suddenly transform because Kritika is an energy of transformation. After all, it's a very positive nakshatra. It has the power to burn, but without burning the coal, you can't cook food. Without burning the coal, you can't create electricity. You need something to burn, but you need to make sure that you don't burn yourself or your house. That means it's a controlled combustion. And when Rahu goes into this, it's like fanning the fire. It's like virtual penetration of energy within you. Which also reminds me of the amount of gadgets that we use, the electromagnetic exposure that we have, radiation exposure that we have. Be very careful of the technology that you're using today. If you are using mobile phones, you need to have a set of time, a set of schedule. Before you sleep, don't use mobile phones. If you have sleep problems, stop using gadgets 3 to 4 hours before you sleep. Go back to the traditional way. If you have to use gadgets, then you need to use the power of meditation, detoxification, and Nad Brahma Pranayam. By doing Nad Brahma Pranayam or Brahmari Pranayam, you will be able to create a vibration in your brain that will expel all the negativity. If you don't know what the pranayam is, you can simply sit and chant Let the vibration of the Om chanting penetrate you through the power of Kritika. Let it burn the negativity within you. This must be a selective burning of the negative karma. This has to be a selective burning of the negative or pessimistic attitude in our life. Rahu, being a rebel, can be used, and the energies of Rahu can be used to get rid of the clutches of the negativity. But remember, you're playing with scissor and fire. So you have to be careful. You have to protect yourself. And that means while dealing with the negative energy, always think positive. Counter it with a lot of positivity and give yourself a lot of affirmations. Eat food in a positive way, eat less, and follow a healthy lifestyle. Try to avoid non-veg because non-vegetarian food is a tamasic food. Try to avoid any kind of tamas. Taurus is also the zodiac sign where you speak, you can communicate. You can communicate through your mouth. It's all about physical existence of voice. Rahu can give you the voice that you never had. But remember, don't abuse, don't curse, otherwise it will come back to you. Because Rahu is leaving the power of Venus behind. Rahu wants something new. It wants to transform the Venus. It wants to beautify things on a different scale. You must understand that this energy is far more intense. Consider this is like an X-ray or gamma radiation. There is no wall that will stop Rahu from penetrating. It will penetrate each one of us. So don't allow negative news, negative publicity, negative energy to penetrate your mind. You can use crystals. In fact, you can use fire. For some of you who can, I'm not recommending this to everyone, you can do Tratak meditation on a diya or a candle light. Don't do it if you have a problem with your eyesight. But if for those healthy people who can, you can try Tratak meditation on a diya. Lighting a diya of ghee diya or a lamp, a fire lamp in your home can actually help get rid of the negative energy. And you know, in our tradition, we take the blessings of the fire from the diya after the puja. That is how you consume the fire and channelize and purify your aura. Utilize the fire. So these are the few ways by which you can handle the Rahu energy, understanding the penetration of Rahu inside your mind, how it can sit as an idea or a thought inside your brain and make you do things, because this is the fire that will consume. You have to watch out for all the negative information that comes in, and you need to be more positive, optimistic in your life, praying to the God, and when you don't know what to do, leave it, wait for some time. Let Saturn in the 9th house decide the dharma of Rahu. At least Saturn being in Capricorn will not allow Rahu to do something negative, because Jupiter will be either in Capricorn or in Aquarius or in Pisces. That means Jupiter also supports the energy of Saturn and therefore will regulate the energy of Rahu. But by the sheer presence of Rahu's nature, by the sheer karma of Rahu to destabilize things, because it's only when you destabilize something, when you cut it, then you can take it to somewhere else and replant it, and you will see a lot of news of technology advancements in the world, technology breakthroughs, some new event, something new, some new discovery which you have never heard of. A lot of things will happen. Softwares will take new heights. Artificial intelligence, machine learning will make our life more easier, but we need to understand, is technology, are we consuming technology, or is technology consuming us? With this, I end this video and I hope you like this explanation. Ascendant wise video will come soon, so stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on social media platforms also for more astrology updates. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, namaste.